What's going on, everybody? My name is Hassiem Muhammad, and you are listening to The Actor's Instrument, where we discuss the essential qualities you need to stand out in the entertainment industry. We hope you enjoy this clip from one of our recent episodes. Now, you're someone who has been very vocal about, you mentioned side hustles multiple times already.
Hmm.
We're less than 10 minutes in and you mentioned this. Um, I know some actors are a bit sensitive around that topic and keep it really private, you know.
Mm.
But I see you on Instagram. You're like, "Yo, pull up Bryant Park SoulCycle. I'm teaching
Yeah,
tonight."
yeah.
you know.
What's the secret? Yeah, I don't understand that. I mean,
I'd like to hear your perspective. Like how do you treat that part of your, you could say, parallel career, side hustle, or what have you, alongside your acting career?
just priorities. I feel like when I first got to this city back in 2017, I just had to find something that made sense. I was an athlete in college, and then I stayed pretty active all throughout grad school, and so one of the career advices that we got was like pick something that's sort of in your lane. And they immediately, like every faculty member came to me and was like, we know what lane you're going in. And I honestly didn't even want to do it. I was like, I knew some personal trainers in the city, and it's like being a personal trainer and a group fitness instructor, two different things. Being a personal trainer is like not easy to make a living on early on. Like you really gotta hustle and grind to get clients. And you have to pray that you're in a gym that's gonna like compensate you for those clients. Anyway, got to the city 2017. I think my first actual job, I worked front desk at a gym because pro hack for anybody that needs to work out and is an actor, work at a gym, free gym membership. Like that is one less expense. Did that. I honestly didn't like that particular place. We won't drop names. But then this is so funny actually that I'm about to tell this, but a friend was like, "You're fit. You should work at SoulCycle." I didn't know what SoulCycle was, and she was like, "I have a friend that works there. I'm gonna have him be like your rec, and he's gonna like recommend you over there." I'd never met this man in my life. And I get an interview, and I'm not even going to use his name, but they were like, "We love, let's call him Ray." They were like, "We love Ray, and Ray says you're the best." I had never met Ray in my life. They said, "Ray says you're the best." And I was like, "Yeah, man, Ray's my
Go ahead,
guy."
Ray.
Ray's my guy, and started working front desk there. Front desk, and to cut the short story like way short, they eventually asked me if I wanted to be an instructor, and I'd said no because my priorities were what they were. I saw like what goes into being an instructor, and I was like, I'd rather show up, check people in, and then while they're in class, I'm gonna be in the script or I'm gonna be in my sides. I'm gonna be kicking it. I don't want to go in there. I don't want to do that. That looks like a lot of like effort and time. And I'll skip some more. I eventually auditioned to get in, and the first thing for any actors out there, the first thing I let my job know is just what my priorities were. It was just like, hey, this is not like my dream. For a lot of people, this isn't for me. But I'm happy you want me. Happy to be here. But if I have to leave to go do a gig, I'm gonna pick that. If I need to audition, I'm gonna pick that over this. If I have rehearsal, I'm gonna pick that over this. If you're good with that, then we're good. If you're not good with that, then also okay. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I will go find a place that, you know, is good with that. But I don't, you said people are like a little clouded with their side hustles. Explain that. I didn't even know that that was like a
How,
thing.
how many actors do you know who are posting on social media when they're headed to their shift waiting tables?
Hey now, that's, that
I'm just
is certainly a thing.
I'm not even like putting like a judgment on whether I think
Yeah.
that's like good or not. It's literally an observation. Like,
Yeah.
and I'll even use myself. So I'm not like speculating about other people. I'm pretty private about my side hustle. Like, I don't think I really post about it either. People can kind of guess because they see me at the gym all the time.
Sure.
So people kind of guess, but like, I don't really like advertise that like I'm a personal trainer or like
Mm,
I teach 7 classes a week.
yeah.
Like, I don't know if anybody knows that. Now everybody knows that.
Nah,
Um,
no, I mean,
but
you didn't put yourself out
but
now.
right, come through.
Yeah,
I'm
pull up.
uptown. Um, and similarly, I fell into like working at a gym. Similar experience to you, where somebody recommended me. I had never been a personal trainer in my life.
Mm,
Honestly, I was kind of trying to avoid it because everybody was pushing me that way.
yeah,
Similar thing, they're like, "Oh, you're really fit, da, da, da," and I was like, at the time, I was like, "I don't even really go to the gym myself." You know,
yeah.
I was like, doing a lot of like acro and dance and like circus
Mhm,
stuff and like and martial arts, and so like that's how my body was being developed. Um, but yeah, back to what I was saying, like I think that a lot of actors, there's a little bit of shame around needing to support
mm,
oneself outside of the art. And
mm,
that's something
mhm,
I know from speaking with a lot of actors. I know that to be true.
mm,
Um, there's this feeling like I have to make all of my money as an artist in order to be successful.
mm.
What's your perspective on that?
I have plenty of perspectives. I think um, when Bryce first got to the city in 2017, success was just callbacks. You know what I mean? Like consistently getting called back, being like, bet, like we're in the city and I am getting called back, like, at least once a week, like success. Then the next step is like booking it. Wow. Okay, you booked it. Then the next is like just completing the job, like doing the job. I'm not talking about accolades. I'm not even talking about positive reviews, like meaning literally being serviceable. And there's levels to it. And then bringing it all the way to you can only be successful if you make all your money as an artist. I think that's a shared thing in the back of everyone's mind. I think that is ultimately the goal that everyone's shooting for. I'd be lying if I said I don't want to quit all of these jobs and just to be a performer, or just be an artist. I think it comes in waves. I think there's levels to it. But I wouldn't use the word success. I think that's like it's a box. I think the word success as an artist, I think you could get put into a box. You can put yourself into a box and then like limit yourself because you're not willing to go over here for this like $300 check because that's not considered to be successful, or you're not willing to do the show that I'm doing for however much I'm making while doing all out. Like there was a day 3 weeks ago where I worked 5 jobs in one day. You just gotta like it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is.
Thank you so much for tapping into the actor's instrument. Before you go, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a beat. New industry guest interviews drop every Tuesday, so be sure to check it out. Till next time, y'all. Peace.